What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, Manny E, and I'm here with my brother Chris. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. We're 2 days away from Eagles and Commanders and Bills and Chiefs Championship Sunday. It's going to be exciting. 2 great games you should have, especially Chiefs and especially the Eagles and Commanders, because these two teams know each other very well. Third time they're playing each other. They split their season series. And then you got Chiefs and Bills. They played each other earlier in the season, Buffalo, and they know each other very well. So 2 great games. We're gonna have 2 unexpected games. Because we all picked the Lions and Ravens to be here last week, the 3 of us, and then you and me both picked the Lions and Ravens in the Super Bowl. So our Super Bowl picks are down the drain after last week.
Yeah, I know, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Let's start with the Lions and Commanders. What were your overall thoughts in that game, and were you surprised that Commanders controlled that game for most of the second half of the first half and the rest of the second half? In the second half.
Yeah, I mean, great performance. Their defense played really well. I think that's a big thing. They got a couple turnovers there. Anytime you're beating the Lions on the road, it's really impressive because they're one of the best home teams in the league.
Exactly. That was their third. That was their third loss, and all their losses that were at home to playoff teams: Tampa Bay, Buffalo, and Washington. Both Washington and Buffalo are playing this weekend, so they lost to 2 teams that are in the conference championship. So obviously they lost to Washington because they're in the conference championship. But yeah, I thought the Lions. I think they were. I wouldn't say they were unprepared because they were winning the game. But the turnovers by Goff shot them in the foot, turned the game around. Once the Commanders got momentum, and especially when they got in the lead, they never looked back, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, because once the Commanders took that lead, what was it, 10-7 or something, Lions couldn't retake the lead because I think they turned the ball over again, and then the Lions and Washington went up 10. But yeah, I feel bad for the fan base, especially because we know some Lions fans in our family. So, yeah, I feel for the city of Detroit because this was supposed to be their year. But we've been there before. We know what it's like as Philly fans when it's supposed to be our year, not just football, but all the sports, especially this past year, the Phillies. We thought it was our year, but and then with the Eagles in the past, like what was it, 2000 when we lost to the Buccaneers, that was supposed to be our year. Yeah, that was supposed to be our year. That was the last year at the Vet, last game at the Vet. We were supposed to win that game and go to the Super Bowl. You probably would have won that Super Bowl against the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree.
So we know what it's like. So we feel you, Lions fans out there. So we know what it's the pain. Even Washington fans know the pain. Even Buffalo fans and Kansas City fans until they got Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, Buffalo fans especially because they lost 4 straight Super Bowls, so they know exactly how it feels. And then they lost the 22nd game. They caught the 13-second game. They caught from 2021 when they lost in 13 seconds. When they gave the lead in 13 seconds, and they went into overtime, and they changed that overtime rule. So there's been a lot of heartbreak between Buffalo, Philadelphia, and Washington. But yeah. What were your thoughts on the not much to say about the Kansas City game, but Texans gave it their all, I guess. But Kansas City won, not convincingly, but they won. They did what they did, and they won. They did what they've been doing all season, and just getting by. What you have any thoughts on the Chiefs game?
Yeah, it was just Kansas City doing Kansas City things. Always thought the Texans were overrated. I picked them to win the AFC in the beginning of the season, but they quickly proved me wrong. So, yeah, here we are now. So,
Exactly. What was that? Oh, the Bills game. The Bills played well. They did what they had to do. I don't think they. What was the score of that game? Oh, the Bills and Ravens. The Ravens choked again. Lamar right now can't win the big game. I mean, Josh Allen can't win until proven otherwise. I mean, he did win. Josh Allen did win the big game, so can we say he can't win the big game yet? And I guess until he gets his Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not ready to crown him just yet. So,
yeah, I think he's capable of winning the big game, but until he wins on Sunday, I think people are going to still say he can't win the big game. I guess I'm on the fence on that, but I don't know. Because I like Josh Allen. I think he can win the big game. I think Lamar can win the big game, but he just has bad luck in the playoffs. I don't know what it. I don't know what it was. It is about the divisional game, but every time they play in the divisional game, they can't. Did they win last year in the divisional? Because they lost in the AFC Championship game, didn't they? The Chiefs. Yeah. So they won last year. But yeah, I think Buffalo was just out for payback. A revenge game in Buffalo. It was snowing. But that's not an excuse because Baltimore, it snows there too. So that shouldn't have been any problem for them. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the game?
That was a good game. Morgan just dropped that pass at the end, but yeah, I thought it was generally good game. So
yeah, I think Lamar will get his time just like Josh Allen might get his time this Sunday. So I wouldn't put them. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that one of them had to lose. As I said last week, I think that was the AFC Championship game, and it did live up to the hype.
So, yeah, it was a really good game. So
it was probably the second best game of the weekend because watching the game was really intense. But so was Buffalo game, especially at the end. I know my buddy Doug was on the edge of his seat. He's a Bills fan. So speaking of Doug, I'll do a little plug about tonight at 6:30. We'll be doing a special on Black Bart. So we'll have two special guests, Rod Price and James Beard, referee. So check that out on the Wrestling Through the Years. So that should be a good tribute to Black Bart. But back to football. What were your thoughts on the Eagles game? Obviously they won, but
took care of business.
Yep.
I don't really put too much stock in the last two drives. It's snowing out. Part of me will always think this sport's a little bit rigged. So you're up 13 with 4 minutes left. You magically let them down the field now. It's just a great drama. So
yeah,
they took care of business.
And they magically missed an extra point so the Rams can cover.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny that day. I thought the Eagles were gonna. I thought it was gonna be a push because I think it closed at 7, and then they missed extra point. And I said they're gonna cover it. They're gonna cover this actually. Because I think you texted me and you said the Rams are gonna cover.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, I texted you and said this is gonna be a push. And actually, Jake Elliott misses a kick. So
Yep.
but yeah, my thoughts were Eagles played well. The last drive was kind of nerve-wracking as a Philly fan. Just that Philly feeling as a sports fan. We've all been there before. We've been there before, so just that feeling as a Philly fan, that nerve wracking moment, thinking, oh, there's gonna be another Philly collapse. It's just a typical Philly thinking. So, but otherwise, they played well. They did what they had to do. They're moving on to the NFC Championship game to play the Commanders, so it should be a good one. How did we do last week? We all went 2-2 because we all had the same picks. So, and then, well, Clan is 22-11, but I did that. Yeah. 22-13. But yeah, so we all went 2-2 because we all had the same picks. So there's only 2 games left. I mean, there's only 3 games left in the NFL season. So 2 games this week and then Super Bowl 58 in 2 weeks. Is it 58 or 59?
58.
58.
I think.
Is it 58? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. It might be 59. Hold on, let me check. Oh, it's Super Bowl 59.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so Super Bowl 59 is on February 9th, right? February 9th?
Yep.
Yep. From New Orleans. So that's in 2 weeks. So we have a week off after this week. So we both have to eat. All 3 of us have the Eagles. Clem's not on the show this week. He's working, so but I got his pick. We all have the Eagles, obviously. Commanders are plus 220, 235 on the money line. Eagles are 6.5 point favorites, about the same as last week. And over under 47.5. Yeah, I think the Eagles are gonna. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win this easily because it's Commanders, and but I could see them winning by double digits, and I could see them winning by 3. So I'm gonna say 27-20 Eagles. So I say the Eagles cover this week. I think it's gonna be a really good game. High scoring, not high scoring. But I think the Eagles do cover. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Eagles are probably going to cover. I think people are all over the Commanders right now. So.
Yep. And I'll get to my best bet later. It has to do with the total, but obviously what I said with the score. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I can't wait for the game. I'm off on Sunday, so it should be fun. And then the AFC Championship game. Can the Bills Can Josh Allen and the Bills finally beat the Chiefs? Can they get that monkey off their shoulder? And that's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the monkey on their shoulder. Can they finally beat the Chiefs in Kansas City in the AFC Championship game and get to their 5th Super Bowl? You and me both have the Bills winning, and Clinton has the Chiefs. Well, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to win. I think they're going to get it done. So I think this is the time. I don't think. I just don't think we're going to see a three-peat here, and I think everyone thinks that the Chiefs are going to get there, and they're going to tease the three-peat. But I think they did Super Bowl stops today or this week.
Yep, exactly. It's very, very hard to go to 3 Super Bowls, let alone win 3 Super Bowls. I know Buffalo went to 4 straight, but this is a different NFL. Different. The NFL is more competitive than the 90s, I guess, if you want to say. But there's a certain amount of teams in the 90s that were the elite teams, and there's no elite team this year. Like, even the Chiefs are not elite. So I think the Bills can get it done. I think this is Josh Allen's time. I think Josh Allen is so motivated to win this game. You can see it in his eye. You can see it the way he's playing this year. Just something different about him that he knows he's so motivated to win a championship for the city of Buffalo. And you can tell the way he's playing this year. He has something to prove. Mahomes doesn't have anything to prove right now.
Yeah.
He knows he's the GOAT. And the Chiefs are due to lose in the AFC Championship game. They're just due. I might eat my words next week after Sunday, but I think the Chiefs are due to lose. I think this is the moment that they lose. And as you said, everybody's going to be on the Chiefs because everybody thinks Buffalo's going to choke. Yeah, Buffalo's plus 108. That the line says it all. The reason the line is minus 1.5 is because everybody's going to jump on the Chiefs because they think that's going to be an easy line. But I think Buffalo steals this and wins. Also, what was I going to say? Yeah, I just think this is Buffalo's time. And I think Eagles versus Buffalo would be a great matchup.
Yeah.
What else I was going to say? Yeah, Clinton has Chiefs, so I mean I can't let him explain it himself, but I think he picked the Chiefs. Kind of picked the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl last week, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game, and I think the pressure's on Kansas City because everybody expects them to three-peat. It's really hard to three-peat in sports, but yeah, the Buffalo gets it done. So the best bets. My best bet. I have 2 best bets. I have the under 47.5 for the Commanders and Eagles. The reason I have that is because I think the first 2 games went over, I believe. So my thinking is the third game is going to go under, and I obviously picked 27-20, and it hits at 47. So kind of did that on purpose. And then AFC Championship game, I have James Cook anytime touchdown plus 145. What's your best bets, Chris?
So it's for this game, right? Or is it just for the weekend?
You can have 1 or 2. I had 2. I had 1 for each.
I'd say my best bet for the weekend is the Eagles spread. So it's up to what, 6 now? I think they win by double digits. Yeah, they win by double digits.
I think they could because I think both games were under 10. If I know last game I obviously was under 10. I forget if both the first game was.
First game they covered, the second game they didn't. So I think they covered this game. They're at home.
And-
It's against a rookie quarterback. This is the best Eagles team probably we've seen in our history, roster wise. So yeah, we take care of business. There's no. We saw what happened last year. We got so close to the Super Bowl 2 years ago of winning it. It's the same coach, same quarterback. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure we get back there. So.
Yep, it's the same thing as like the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills were close to getting to the Super Bowl. What 2 years ago or 3 years ago? And I think it's the Eagles, and I think it's made to be Eagles and Buffalo, which would be a great matchup. And a lot of shit talking between myself and Doug and Plymouth, but for the next 2 weeks. But I won't talk that much shit about the Bills because I actually like the Bills. So, but yeah. Anything else, Chris, for this weekend?
Nope, that's all I got.
Yeah, it should be 2 great games. We'll either be back next week to preview if it is the Eagles and Bills. I want to bring on some Bills fans that I know to preview this. So we might have to, if you're available at night or something, we'll figure it out. But we have 2 weeks, so. But I'll let you know. But we'll get together, even if we have to do another separate show, just the 2 of us or 3 of us. We can do that too. So, but thanks, Chris. I'll talk to you later this weekend.
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Later. Bye, guys.